In this video, I'll walk through how to add a new font into the SignMaker module. On the Tools tab, you've got your SignMaker module, and you've got your font tracer portion of the SignMaker module. And in this box here, you've got your listing of all the different fonts that are available to you. These are all TrueType fonts. That's what the TT there stands for. So those are being pulled from your C Windows directory fonts. So this list, what's in this directory here, matches up with what's in the font tracer there. If we want a new font, because we don't see a font in here that we want to use, I do have a Stencil font, but maybe there's a different one that I want to do. Just close out of there. You can go to your preferred web browser and your search engine and search for TrueType fonts. In this case, I'm looking for Stencil font, free for commercial use, and choose your website wisely and safely. Scroll down, see something you like. So Major Snafu sounds like a good choice. What could go wrong with that one? So download the TrueType font. We'll go ahead and save that. And then once it's downloaded, can go into that zip folder, click on the TrueType font, can click on the install button, and that will install that into that C Windows fonts directory. So there it is now. And now I can go back to IGEMS. Now you will have to close IGEMS, restart IGEMS for it to then recognize that new font, and that will refresh this list, because right now if we go down to our M, we don't see our Major Snafu in there. So we'll go ahead and close that, restart IGEMS. Tools tab, font tracer. If I scroll down in my list now, get down to the M's, there's the Major Snafu font now. And I'll just do a linear cursor. So if you haven't used the font tracer before, if we want to be able to turn this into a part, we're going to need to explode this text. So there's now this checkbox down here to explode text when you close the font tracer window. So then at this point you can do whatever else you need to do with it to make a part out of it. Just as a quick side note, if you were in that font tracer area and you did your text and then you closed, so right now if we try to make a part out of this, it's not going to recognize the text because that is text and not lines, so that's where that explode text box comes in with the font tracer. But if you get out to here, realize that you haven't exploded your text, you can always just go to the CAD tab and then you've got your explode option here, and then you can explode your text and work with it from there. One other quick bonus note here about the font tracer: you can make your own stencil font essentially. So if you wanted to use font like this, and of course if we do this, and we will explode our text, if we're going to be cutting this out of a piece of material, then things like the middle of the A, the D are going to be falling out. So on the Tools tab, there's the poly join option, which comes in handy for stuff like this. When you first start this, down at the bottom, it's going to prompt you to specify width. So you can either type in a number or just left click a couple points, and then it's going to prompt down here at the bottom for first point. And so if we want to just drag this all the way across here, we can, and can essentially make a stencil font out of any other font. So if you have any questions on any of that, let me know. Thanks.